As a matter of fact, they're 11th right now on the EMEA leaderboards for the BSC. And they got about a third of the points that number 10 has. So it's been a tough year. It's been a very tough year for One Trick Ponies. But as you said, they are a team that is incredibly capable, has some very skilled players, and I think they just haven't really had their moment in a monthly final just yet. They're here. They won their quarterfinals match, and they have some momentum to ride on. And where I do absolutely agree with you is that they are on their up right now, and this is their moment to strike hard.
Yeah, I was going to say, regardless of the rope, though, I kind of feel like this might be a Zeta Division sweep as much as I want to see, some really, really solid games. I just don't know if One Trick Ponies are at the level to be able to compete. Draft coming in, though, we're going to be on split first. Shelly is the first pick, Griff, Willow, and Squeak as bands from Zeta Division. And on the other side, the Ruffs, Barley, and Stu bands from One Trick Ponies. They've got their first pick coming in next. But from what we've seen of Shelly so far today, the nerfs that she received didn't really mean too much.
Yeah, I mean, we've still seen her being played incredibly much, and not only is she being picked a lot, she's been winning an awful lot. So it's been a threat, and One Trick Ponies better be ready. They have a B, which is going to help get that big-time damage from afar. The Pam to throw in some longevity with the healing station and be able to just survive a bit more, not just herself, but her teammates as well, of course. 2 picks in a row for Zeta Division, and there's plenty of options still to go for. Jessie is going to be an interesting one here to bring into the mix. Not entirely sure what it's setting up for just yet. Maybe a thrower could be an idea as well. Barley and Willow are out of the equation, but there's still space for a Tick or a Sprout, in my opinion.
Well, we'll see what they do choose to take out. I'm not 100% convinced by the Jessie, but obviously against the Pan turret, it's pretty good. Honey Molasses pretty good as well, so you can't really complain too much. We did see Tick come out on top in the last time we saw this map. It was obviously Foot against SK Gaming when we last saw this, and Tick was actually the thrower that was victorious. One Trick Ponies, obviously we've got Willow and Barley both out of the way, so Sprout is still on the board, and it might not be the worst of last picks.
Yeah, I kind of like it, to be honest. So far, there's kind of nothing to necessarily deal with it. Plus, having a thrower is massively going to help deal with Honey Molasses, or even with healing stations that are going to be set behind walls. Dynamite is a spicy one, and I don't think it wins the 1v1 against Stick. What I do think it can be very good at is taking care of a Jessie turret that is out of reach, and maybe keeping the Jessie at bay. I don't know. It's a risky pick, but I feel like if you're facing Zeta Division, you got to take some risks. You got to take your chances, and set 1 is the perfect place to do that.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. They're not coming into Swan the favourites by any means, so they need to take these riskier drafts, because not only, are they a less skilled team, they've got less synergy, because Zeta are kind of just at the top tier of everything at the moment. They're going to need to take some deep dives into some different comps, so we'll see if it does work out for them. So far it's a 50-50, both of them getting their home zones. It's just a question of whether or not now he can make use of the Shelly and take the win, and he does a wonderful job of that, super and clay pigeon to get it done.
Lars is coming to the rescue, though. The Tick head is going to be aggroed by the healing station. It's a short-lived healing station, but it does prevent a tragedy from happening on the left-hand side. Gas has super as well, which should keep Naui just a little bit more at bay. A 1-for-1 trade on the right-hand side. Naui is aggressive, but the slow is too brutal. He goes down, and the Tick head is not really going to find any value. Filippo on the chase, looking for Meow, gets some value, but Naui super is out of the bush, nearly gets stunned, but not quite. Zeta Division, so far, it seems like a little bit of a breeze.
Yeah, Jiro's got another turret in the hands as well, and Meow dominating this left-hand side, completely open as well. He's going to be two-shot if B comes anywhere near him, but so far, he's just keeping him at bay. Lovely stuff from him. Right side's already guaranteed, left side 3% off, and Zeta with a flying start.
Yeah, this is a typical Shelly game again, where hitting your shots matter a lot, are able to keep her somewhat at bay, keep their distance away from her. But when it comes to a monthly final and everyone is going to be at least to a certain extent nervous and stressed and under pressure, it becomes a lot harder to hit those shots as consistently. and then the Shelly kind of just shoots in your general direction and melts you down. But that is just my theory so far as to why we've seen so much Shelly success. It's a good start from One Trick Ponies this time around, getting some capture time on both zones, but the map is getting opened up now, and now he is starting to get more aggressive as well.
I mean, only just now have Gas and Giro started hitting shots. It was a competition of who could miss more, I think, rather than hit more, because it wasn't going well for either of them. But so far, Gas has actually pushed onto the side. A little bit of help from Dynamite, obviously breaking up that wall as well. But Pam going aggressive now. Just narrowly stay alive to the side of me out there, and that's a scrap so could be missed by Lars. Now he's trying to make the aggressive play and have something happen, but so far it seems like One Trick Ponies are in a much better position as they're getting that aggressive side and just the home side needed now.
Yeah, that's looking fantastic for them. Now we're gonna get melted down as well. Filippo just having a run at it. Meow not quite gonna get stunned, and the tick head is gonna be able to still find some value, but all it's gonna do really is take down the honey molasses from Gas. Filippo looking to close the distance as Lars is pushing up to the zone as well. He does get slow, takes a lot of damage, ends up going down, and Gas also not in ideal position. Even though One Trick Ponies at such a dominant game, it's only a matter of 20% now.
Yeah, I just love how much faith Zeta Division have in their teammates to be able to get the work done. They're just holding this left-hand side. Well, not very successful anymore, and Zeta, and now he was just trying to get that right-hand side done, but it looks like One Trick Ponies are going to take this one. But, you know, they had the faith in their teammate. They knew he was going to get the work done.
Well, right, as you said, only their home zone left to capture, and that took an incredibly long amount of time to get through. But eventually they got the job done, and we move on to game number 3, the decider here for Split, as Garo is pushed up incredibly aggressive and still hitting shots against the bee in the bush. Just hoping to buy up some time. Doesn't matter if he's not in the zone either. He's just preventing any further aggression from Gas.
Yeah, really nice from both Naui and Meow here as well. They played it so passive, but Filippo was just holding his stun for so long. Giro and Gas are trying to take each other out now, and it's actually going to be Filippo who helps out first and gets the job done on the right-hand side. Gas now holding the right-hand side just as he wanted in the previous one. Now he needs to use this movement speed to his advantage. And Clay Pigeon coming through as well, but it's actually One Trick Ponies who have been getting the majority of both sides here.
Yeah, it's not easy for Garo here to play the dodge duel when he doesn't have any bushes that hide his position. Gas is low HP, the 3K is not going to connect, and Garo is not going to whiff his shot. Zeta Division was a small lead, but it's looking better for sure as the turret is creating some more space, buying some more time, but only so much as Garo is going to be slowed now. The charge shot does find its target, but it's only a 1-for-1 trade at the end. Now he is going to get stunned. Good value there from Filippo, but Meow with a clutch last hurrah is going to stay up for a bit longer and try to keep that right zone from being captured by Gas.
This is where Split gets a bit sketchy when they're trying to go for both sides, but Gas just autoing towards that head there, and it's going to pick him up anyway. If it stays like this, they are going to be taking the win. A little bit of a pinch across from Meow. Nice stuff from him. Super available as well. Dynamite's not hitting the most shots, and their Band-Aid did activate as well, adding a little bit more percentage. They're just trying to hold that right-hand side now. Zeta have the lead. They have all the control, and they don't really have to push anywhere.
Yeah, the problem is a single good fight here for One Trick Ponies could do the job. As the right zone is going to be very pinchable, as they kind of have no way of taking care of Filippo on the left now. He has taken permanent position on that left-hand side. Meow has a super, so does Garo. That could be the opener here for Zeta. 25 seconds left, and slowly but surely, One Trick Ponies are going to have to make a push for it. And they're going for it now. Lars pushed forward, but a tick head is going to find a connection, and that is huge. Now they have a chance to put pressure both on the right and the left side, and Gas on his own. There's nothing he can do. Zeta Division will be picking up this opening set. One Trick Ponies, arrow than what it did seem to indicate, because so far it's a solid performance from OTP. Just need a couple more plays to go their way, and they could absolutely pick up a set 2 or maybe even the entire match. They got to set themselves up for success first, and that draft on field goal is going to be instrumental towards that.
Yeah, they really do need a very, very good draft on a map like this. We know Zeta Division are usually very, very good with their drafts. Inso helps out with that quite a lot, and the players extremely knowledgeable about the game as it is. We're going to see a Poco first pick from One Trick Ponies, and honestly, that's not what I expected. Looking at the bans, they've clearly wanted that from the start. M, Shelly, and B, all pretty good against those kind of Poco tanky comps, so I'm not surprised they got rid of those. But Zeta Division, they've actually kind of, I feel, maybe assisted them in it. They've banned out the Crow themselves, banned out the Shelly, and obviously Max is probably quite good with the Poco as well, but banning out that Crow definitely assisted what One Trick Ponies are going to want to go for. They're going to go with the Stu. It's pretty versatile, not going to be the best if Poco does choose to slot in with some tanks, but obviously Zeta Division have got this last pick, so it's quite difficult for One Trick Ponies to just go for a very, very tanky comp without considering something else as well.
Ooh, we'll see a Griff at play. Not the brawler that we see the most at the moment. Sometimes we see teams try to experiment a little bit with it because it did used to be a staple of the meta, and it fits in that similar role that brawlers like B and M's do, where they're fantastic against tanks, but they're still very much a threat against anything else, really. So having that level of versatility with some wall breaks thrown into the mix as well, which most anti-tanks don't really have much to offer, is going to be a very interesting addition to their comp here, as we'll see a Bonnie joining the ranks of One Trick Ponies. Not a bad pick here at all. You can play that speed gear in your bush in the mid, play it very safe, and then as soon as you have that super and you see an opening, go for that jump in, and more often than not, it will result in one, if not more, kills in your favor.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the Bonnie pick. Pairs fairly well with Poco. If you get some heals just before you jump in, you can have a decent amount of HP in the other form as well, but Carl's going to be their last pick, and I do like it. They've gone pretty versatile here. They kind of forced maybe a Griff out of One Trick Ponies and then pivoted that a little bit more. So now if Griff does choose to break up, Bonnie and Carl are still going to be able to do a decent job, and Poco maybe will struggle just a little bit. They're actually going to go for the Buster, because they're going to have this this gadget that's going to be sucking them in, taking them out of super, stuff like that, and if used correctly, slows them down and allows the teammates to hit them up as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it, don't get me wrong. Like, I think it's a very decent pick on this map. I want to see how they actually put it at play, because so far, Buster has been bringing out some questionable results so far today. But Zeta Division always come with a plan and have faith in their ability to execute it properly. I think that looking at the drafts, it seems fairly even to my eyes. Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, I honestly kind of prefer the One Trick Ponies comp. I don't know. I just don't know about Buster here in comparison to some of the brawls that we're seeing come out. But there's the heal as well. I don't know if his teammate didn't tell him the heal was coming or what, because I think he could have walked that in if he was just a little bit more ambitious with it there. But jump comes down. Filippo not going to be able to get the heals off there, but this might be a walk as well. Pull comes in though, and the takedown's there. Great defense from Zeta, but I'm still left thinking maybe they could have had an earlier goal.
I think so too. I mean, I'm not 100% certain. Also, there could always have been an earlier pull from Naui, right? To get the ball away from Shaku. So I'm not entirely certain, but I was thinking the exact same thing though, that maybe there was a play to be had there. Nice pickup from Filippo, but is that enough to score? Pass now to Shaku, shot, and the dash from Garo is not quite enough to dive onto that ball and save that goal from happening. One Trick Ponies to open up the scoreboard.
Yeah, that really was beautiful. You could just see it in motion there as the flying hook forward. Knew he had his super, so could execute a goal like that. But Zeta, they need to think fast because they've got this tankier comp. If the map starts to get broken up or something like that, then it's going to be in a bit of an issue if Stu does break it up that a little bit more. But now he needs to be cautious. Out comes a nice grip super there. Shouldn't be too far off cycling it, and he does actually get the cycle, but no value out of the second.
Lars is low, just hoping to get another tag or two for his super. And it's going to be Fat Dose. Actually, no super just yet. The trade now. Is that enough for the card to defend? No. The pull is on point from Naui, preventing any attempts from saving that goal. 40 seconds left, and we're all even.
Yeah, nice super from Meow. Does get the trade yet again, but Jiro's actually going to go down. Jump comes up, there goes the pass through, but no, they both get taken quickly down by a beautiful super and a beautiful buster shot. And as quick as that, it flips on its head. And
full pay. That was a convincing Buster. He was the key element in their defense, saving up those goal opportunities that One Trick Ponies had, and in their offense as well, pretty much, you know, single-handedly securing both goals.
Yeah, I mean, here's another one as well, but this time it's actually for One Trick Ponies, waiting on the clock just a little bit, which doesn't seem too meaningful. We're still 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock, but every second matters, clearly, to the side of One Trick Ponies here. Nice super coming out on Meow yet again, just a couple of sprinkles off another super. He throws out once more, gets the takedown, the heal comes out. That should be a pass forward, but actually he goes down. Now he can't get it either, and Jiro's left all alone. One pass forward and it had been a goal, but nobody could grab the ball.
Shaku is not healing up as he's still trying to scout Garo. He's not able to do so. A shield pop by Now. Zeta division slow things down just a little bit. There is a heal available for the Poco, so if Zeta gets over aggressive, there's going to be the solo screech plus the heal coming through, and that should defuse any aggressive ideas. Unless now he can somehow find an opening somewhere. Things are looking challenging. Some nice damage onto Shaku. At last, the super from Lars comes through. Now he does end up going down, but HP-wise, it's low across the board. Just no opportunity to close it out here for Garo, and One Trick Ponies' defense is still holding up very strong.
Yeah, a minute left on the clock now. Those super comes out of Meow there. Gets the takedown. Might be following up onto the Carl as well. He's low as also. Bonnie just gets the super shot out. Jiro's still aggressing. Gets one. Now he gets the other. Can Jiro make it out? He does just narrowly escape that Poco shot. May have survived it anyway. But it seems like Zeta Division are just trying to hold control now, waiting for their third member. And Lars over-aggresses.
Big pick up there from Garo. Placement mistake. The shot and pull is not quite going to be as graceful as the previous one. One Trick Ponies with 25 seconds left. All they need to do is defend that ball, but it's not that easy of a task. Now he has shield as well, and Filippo is going to fall for it. Takes a lot of damage, and eventually now he takes him away from a distance. Garo has super as well. It's only Lars left alive. They're aiming to take him down here. They'll do so successfully. A shield from Naui. The pass. Can Meow slot it in? And he does! Zeta Division bring it back, and direction overtime.
Beautiful closing second goal there, and the only person with the super's Meow. These unbreakable walls aren't going to help him out too much though, and he needs to try and get a successful super off, or at least aim for a goal. Shots coming through. Jiro desperately in need of his, or his mobility is going to be absolutely terrible, and that's not where you want us to be. Good super. Meow doesn't really get much on the return, but Jiro's going to waste his super once more as well, and still a bit of a stalemate, but it seems like his One Trick Ponies moving up that little bit more.
Yeah, it's definitely looking better for them right now. The ball is in a troublesome situation. Filippo is actually going for the jump there. Meow with a super. Is that enough? The pass to Shaku, and nearly defend.
They seemed composed from the majority of the game. The ball remained in the corner until the closing seconds where we saw the equalizer, but they just couldn't hold on in that overtime. Jiro playing this great now, cycling supers like nobody's business, but Filippo's aggressive, and yet again, it seems like they might get an early goal here. Filippo still in that portion of the map, and all of them go down, and One Trick Ponies yet again make the move.
Over-aggression early on here from Zeta Division, and One Trick Ponies making sure to punish it. A dash in from Shaku. Try to get a nice off angle. Meow is pushing up. He has super, but so does Shaku now. The walls are going to be opened up, and now I even missed it, but he goes for what I assume was another shot and pull, and One Trick Pony's unable to defend it.
I mean, I don't understand how the Zeta Division have such a poor start, and then after the goal, they just instantly spring into an offense. The jump coming out, Filippo, though, can't get the bounce back off that shield. But Jiro's still maintaining his aggression, which is surprising considering this Carl's got the super and maybe overly aggressive, but does come out on top of that. Stays alive, and Jaku very, very low. He's going to fall 3v2 now. Jiro not in the best of healthy positions.
Yeah, getting tagged up quite heavily. Scouting from Filippo. A goal here would be huge for both sides. The set is on the line. And beating Zeta Division would be an incredible challenge for One Trick Ponies. But doing it if they're 2 sets behind would be near impossible. They need this next goal to be theirs, and so far they're setting themselves up for success. Garo goes down. Now he's trying his best to defend here. And the push is deflated successfully by Zeta Division's defense. Lars still gets a super, is gonna use it. And a kill onto Naui. Zeta Division looking to take back some center control, and they're doing so very well.
Oh, that's beautiful from Meow there, and a great move by Jiro. Maybe the super shot can be found. Just sneaks it in front of the Bonnie. And that, I think they've got the capability of reverse sweeping the #1 team in EU at the moment on a map and mode like Bounty Dry Season. Probably not. That's at least my point of view. I just feel like it's one of those modes where if you're in control, if you're calm, if you're very mechanically skilled, then you're going to be fine. And I think that is 3 things that describe Zeta Division perfectly.
Yeah, I'm absolutely with you. I think that in theory, they got this in the bag. But, I mean, if you listen to most people, in theory, the first 2 sets would have been expected to be much more cleaner for Zeta Division and one-trick ponies. Whether or not they had the comp, or if, you know, it was a similar matchup, or even if they were outcome, they were able to find some success. They just got to be a tiny bit more consistent, because winning 1 game in each set and then having the 3rd game be incredibly close like that, that's just not enough. You need those 2 games to be in your pocket for it to really count on the leaderboards.
Yeah, well, Gene going to be the first pick of Zeta Division. RT's coming in from One Trick Ponies is their first selection. And I do like the RT. I think the Gene's extremely good as well. We saw Gene being played, I think it was into a Shelly by Navi, and it didn't work, but they're not playing against a Shelly, at least yet. We got that Brock as the next pick from One Trick Ponies, and I do like it. You're going to be able to break up the map, mold it to what you want, and I think maybe that's why we won't be seeing the Shelly. If they want to break up, play the RT, play the Brock range, then I think a Shelly being a short-range brawler, at least for the most part, they probably won't select it, but it seems like Zeta Division still have faith.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've seen a lot of people trying to deal with Shelly, and where in theory they should be able to. But again, you know, with the nerves that comes into play when it comes to monthly finals, the pressure and the incredibly quick decisions you need to make, it is a brawler that can suddenly become even more threatening, and teams like Zeta Division, they're happy to still bring it in regardless.
Well, I do kind of like the Gus as well. Providing a shield to the Shelly, obviously going to be very, very good. And Gene, not so much. Don't think they've got much of a shield to Gene synergy there, unless you're pulling someone extremely tanky in and he needs it. But definitely providing that's that Shelly, letting her get in a good position, should I say, is going to be very, very instrumental. But in comes the Roughs, and I honestly don't mind the One Trick Ponies comp at all. They've got quite a bit of range, they've got the power-ups, probably playing field promotion as well. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. I think those comps are going to be a lot of fun, because, you know, 3 different throwers being banned out means that you need some other ways around the map to open things up and find opportunities. I feel like both teams definitely have their claims with their comp. I'm going to be favoring Zeta Division still, because I feel like Shelly is still going to be a threat. I think same applies to Gene, you know, they're not exactly hard countering him either. So if he can hit the right pulls, he can find some good value.
Yeah, well, Clay Pigeon off the start allowed him to get the blue star, gave him that range needed to be able to actually have a say in these matchups. Zeta, with this leader, not in a bad position whatsoever, really. Shelly super behind this wall, you can't complain about that. As soon as someone comes aggressive, they are going to get hit with it, but the wall breaks from Brock, very, very meaningful.
Yeah, that is one of the instrumental keys to success here for One Trick Pony that you were talking about. Getting those wall breaks will make a world of difference. Just removing angles for the Shelly to be posted behind, especially with bushes, as she's already incredibly fast, but speed gear makes her ridiculously fast. Still, the blue star making the difference, and at last to pull. It doesn't matter if you're an RT and one of the hardest brawlers to pull, because, you know, incredibly tanky, his super would melt down a Gene. You have a Shelly, and that Shelly's gonna take you down easily.
Yeah, that was a lovely pull as well from Naui there, and they did obviously manage to get gas as well, extending this lead to the 5. So wonderful position yet again for Zeta Division. If they maintain this lead, they're going to be heading to match point, but that pull is actually going to be missed. Vengeful Spirit's coming in, they're bringing them low. No Clay Pigeon available, but the super and singular shot from Meow will finish that off. Extends the lead to 7. And that's just Meow and Naui down, and you're going to have this back. So not over for One Trip Ponies just yet, but they need to make their move.
Yeah, they're still trying to break through on that red side, but unable to find the right opportunities just yet. Meow taking tough angles, trying to play it up close. The super is going to be a full whiff, no connections whatsoever on that rocket rain. Filippo still trying to wide flank on the bottom. They do find Garo at last, but there's...
Isn't going to be able to deal with both of them that fast, and obviously they needed pretty much a team wipe, even obviously with Giro down if they wanted to take the win without taking down Naui and Meow. So see who comes out on top of this one. It is match point for Zeta Division now, and this is probably going to be the win, but we'll see if One Trip Ponies can pull something out of the bag. Blue Star and the Vengeful Spirit snipe to start things off, and that's what they were looking for.
Yeah, that was a lovely, sneaky little Vengeful Spirit there, making it through the defense of OTP and able to claim a big kill. Can One Trick Ponies regain some control? And that's the wall break, but a pull from Naui connects. That's huge. Filippo does get the trade, so at the end of the day, it's only 1 star making the difference.
Yeah, and obviously Blue Star in the hands of One Trip Ponies as well. Going to be an advantage, but not so meaningful now. It might be a little bit later on in the game, but a minute and 10 still available for One Trip Ponies to get this singular star needed. And we'll take the lead if they do. Now we're just trying to work towards a super. Obviously, the synergy with Meow that he has is going to be very, very explosive, but in come the taps from the RT, forcing a Clay Pigeon out to try and push him back. And those healing puffs from Gene going to keep Meow in the mix.
Yeah, that was the last Clay Pigeon as well, so no more safety net like that available for Zeta anymore, and was only a 1-star difference. If there is a chance here for One Trick Ponies, it's going to be this. They have the positioning for it. The problem is going to be that Shelly Super combined with that Gene pull and our shield as well for Garo. And yet no real opportunities just yet. Meow getting tagged up a little bit, but I'm pretty sure he still has his band-aid in case of more trouble.
Yeah, shield forced out though from that really nice Brock super from Gas there. Last game he whiffed it, this time he actually hit some valuable connections. Going to miss that rocket rain though. Meow's very, very low. Incendiary almost brings him down, but Band-Aid keeps him in the mix. Pull comes in, but RT can drop his legs. Doesn't get anything out of it. The takedown's there, but they need another 3 anyway, and Gas alone can't do it. Zeta Division take the game. They take the entire match. Lovely stuff from them. They're going to be going on to the finals to face either Foot or Reply Totem.
A very solid, a very convincing performance coming through here from Zeta Division. One Trick Ponies in the 2 first sets definitely gave them a great fight for it, but in set 3, it kind of felt like they were